And now, 6'1", from Chicago, Illinois, your host for the Give and Go Hoop Show, Low Battle. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Low Battle, Give and Go Hoop Show. Coming with you with a little something that's on the agenda, upcoming season, so to say. You know, I've talked about the lockout and the NBA lockout and everything like that. So now I saw where the Players Association is coming back and saying they want to get rid of the age restriction. In other words, the one and done. You know, the Kentucky Wildcats, so to say. Okay, they're trying to fix that. And, you know, I was looking at a little research and thinking about it, and I was listening to ESPN and Chris Broussard and Skip Bayless, and I got to thinking about it, and I go, wow, that might be a good idea. I agree with Chris Broussard on this one. It might be a good idea because the truth of the matter, it's really a joke. I mean, you know, you got these guys, just like he said, you know, going to college. They're not even serious. They just there to play basketball. So it's just basically a holding. It's like a playpen until they're ready to go to the NBA. They're not really seriously trying to get a degree. They're not really seriously trying to go to class. They're not really doing any of those things. And so, you know, they're trying to get rid of that. And, you know, and I asked myself, well, what was the reason they put it in place in the first place? Well, if I remember correctly, it was kind of something about David Stern, you know, felt that, you know, they were coming in too young and maturity level wasn't there, and, you know, and they need to be a little more seasoned. So maybe 1 year on the college campus will fix that for them. And, well, we can see how that's working out. It's not really working out at all. And so, you know, after, you know, kind of thinking about it, I say, well, what's the answer? The answer has always been there, people. It's always been there. And I mean, after doing a little research and looking at it, I said, wow, you know, it's really funny that baseball gets it right, but the NBA can't get it right. Since when can't you monitor your whole league? I mean, you know, everything can be against the Players Association. You got to give to get something. So I'm going to hit you with a few examples of what I think they should do, which will make perfectly good sense, and why it makes perfectly good sense, and we'll talk about it from every angle. You know, first of all, I'm a big believer of words and what they stand for and what they mean. And one of the words I've looked up today was developmental, or develop. Okay, and that's what they call that league that they got, you know, in Sioux Falls and Dallas and Austin and Maine, the developmental league, the D League. Okay, the D League, the D stands for developmental. Okay, so if it stands for developmental, what does developmental mean? Well, in its most root element, let's put it this way. I looked it up, and one of the words is maturity. Young players, not mature, develop them. Develop means maturity, and it means growth. Develop means growth. And I think the NBA is slowly getting there because, you know, they've taken Johnny Flynn, who plays for Minnesota, and they've sent him down there to the developmental league a couple of times because I guess they're trying to groom him into what they feel he should be as an NBA player. What a novel idea. Okay, send him down to get seasoned. Then I looked at the Kentucky Wildcats. When they sent 5 people into the NBA, first rounders. 5 people. John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Bledsoe, Patrick Patterson, Daniel Orton. I was like, wow, 5 players. And so I started to look those 5 players up, and I started doing a little research on them and kind of checking it out and seeing what, you know, what it was really, you know, all about. And I say, first of all, these guys got an average first-year salary of over $12 million. Those 5 players, their first-year salary is over $12 million. The first year. Okay? But then I said, well, let me look at the teams they're playing on, and what's the combined record? I mean, up until December 10th. Let's see what they've accomplished. I mean, because they were first round picks, and we're going to try to make sure that they're going to make a difference for the team. I mean, when you're paying them that type of money, combined salary, $12 million, they should be coming in, making a big difference. Combined record is 39-68. 39 wins, 68 losses. That's combined with those respective teams that they play for. Okay, so now let's look at that and say, is that worth $12 million collectively? And then let's look at, DeMarcus Cousins. He's already been kicked out of practice once that we know of by Paul Westphal in Sacramento. Now, if he'd been kicked out of practice once, that means that you obviously had to get your coach to a level where he just couldn't stand it anymore, and he had to kick you out of practice, which means you've probably been a butthead, since you came in the league. Let's go back to that word again. Developmental, maturity, and growth. 19-year-older who's being paid $3 million. Maybe there lies the problem. Now, what's the easy solution? Here it is. Let's break it down. First of all, you're going to draft these guys. Great. Go ahead. Get them. I mean, they come out of high school. You think they're, franchise player or they're great and all this. Pay them your money like you're going to pay them anyway. Now, everybody knows the NBA has a summer league. Now, when they got a summer league, these players usually play in it. Now, that's your first test. When you go to that summer league, if you are blowing the summer league up, I mean, you balling to the point where, it's like you're just killing the league. I mean, in other words, you have, averaging 20 assists if you're a guard, and you're a big man, you're scoring 30 every game in the summer league. I mean, you literally are just a man-child, i.e. Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, LeBron James. Okay, if you one of those three, then by all means, when that summer league is over, bring those players to the league, bring them to the team, and put them on there, and they're going to do what they did. They're going to make a difference for your team. But if you're just putting up average numbers, average assists, average steals, average rebounds, average points, you didn't pass the test. Now, we're going to pay you the money, but you're going to go to the developmental league for the first quarter of the NBA season. Think about this for a minute, NBA. You send them to the developmental league, a league which you also own. You send a superstar first-round draft pick to Sioux Falls or Idaho. Isn't that great promotion for your league? They're getting the chance, just like in baseball, to see these superstars. People in Idaho who would never probably see, DeMarcus Cousins or John Wall or Eric Bledsoe. They'll never see him, but they're now getting this opportunity. What a great way to market your league at a lower level before they come up. And also, it's a double-edged sword, because if they go down to the D-League and they start getting it handed to them, then that's a great evaluation tool. So now guess what? DeMarcus Cousins made $3 million, and he can't even listen to the coach at the Idaho Stampede for 15 to 20 games. What do you think he's going to do when he comes to the league? Is he going to listen to that coach either? Now you know what you got on your hands. Now you got a tool that you can work with. So now you got an opportunity where you can actually take this guy and say, look, fix your attitude or stay down here another quarter. You're going to get your money, but we need you to be a complete player by the time you come to the NBA. So after I thought about it, I go, that really makes all the sense in the world. Get rid of the age restriction. Let them guys play it out in the summer league. If they're a beast, then bring them to the NBA right away. If they're not, if they're just an average player and they still got some skill sets they need to work on, or maturity that they need to work on, then leave their butt in the D-League until they get it right. And you get the best of both worlds. So that's kind of all I wanted to break down today. Like I said, may all your jump shots hit the bottom of the net. Life, love, and hoop.
Life. What is it for real? don't know.